Hey everybody, Chris here. Welcome on Wednesday. Good times for Dogecoin, right? A lot of people talking about Doge. Pretty quiet on the ETF front today for ETH. Whole ETH, just not much happening today. So what are people going to talk about? Not Bitcoin, right? Well, they look at, the inflows and outflows of Bitcoin ETFs, but during the day, you got to wait till the end of the day to find out what happened. So people were talking about Dogecoin ETF. Sure, why not, right? What's the next ETF now? We got Bitcoin, check. We got ETH, most likely looking like on Thursday will be check. Thursday? That's tomorrow. That's tomorrow. What are we going to see with ETH trading tomorrow? That could be pretty exciting. But what about Doge? What about Doge? Could something like Dogecoin actually be traded by institutions as an ETF? It's just like, wow. Well, we're going to talk about that in the live stream here. And if you're watching this on video replay, you missed the live stream. But for those in the chat, those here, welcome. We're having fun. This is not going to be a 5-hour epic live stream unless Doge starts doing something crazy on the charts, but I'm not expecting that right now. But we did have that on Monday. Yes, a 5-hour live stream because Doge just kept going up. Blew right through the 15s, right up into the 16s. And then we saw this run up here right over 17 cents. We had Tuesday morning, and then Tuesday evening came back and came up over 17 cents again to close out the day. The local high is now up to 17.4. But then late last night, early this morning, we dropped back into the 16s, and now we're chopping in the 16s. We did have a nice little retest right up here of 17 cents again. So now it's looking like the yellow line here is 17 cent resistance. And this red line down here is 16 cents. Yes, 16. So 16, 17 could be the range of the current chop for Dogecoin. Elsewhere, we've got Bitcoin chopping here between 69 and about 70,500 or so is the Bitcoin chop, and ETH is flat, just absolutely flat here, right around 37.50. Dipped once this morning down to about 36.60. And right back, but this is just flat now because everyone's waiting for tomorrow on ETH. What's going to happen? What is going to happen? Most likely, check. ETH ETF, done. Start trading, which is going to get everyone talking about, okay, what's the next one, right? What's the next one? Bitcoin Cash? No one cares about that. Ethereum Classic? No one cares about that. Litecoin? No one cares about that. So why do I say those? Because they're all proof of work cryptocurrencies, right? Proof of work cryptocurrencies, no fear of them being deemed to be securities at all. And so what would be next after those? Because no one wants those. No one's interested in trading those. But do you know what they're interested in trading? Yes, Dogecoin. Dogecoin is being actively traded by more and more whales, bigger volume happening. And there's a lot of accumulation happening, a lot of accumulation for what could come next. And of course, we'll look at typical charts showing what could happen with skyrocketing value of Dogecoin. So let me drop down here in the corner and say hi to everybody. How is it going, Ryan? Yes, Kriss time here. Pump it up. Thank you, Ron. Also like and subscribe. Yes, everybody, hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. We're having some fun. I know it's money, right? It's money. People are worried about money, but it's Doge, right? Dogs and memes with money. And these are the good times. We're in a bull market. I know some of you still kind of wishing you didn't miss out on that 6-cent Dogecoin that we had last year, and even 8-cent Dogecoin that we had earlier this year. But I was expecting the price to be what it is now. I mean, that was in all my price predictions. I actually thought it would be higher for now. I thought we'd be in the 20s already. So this is a discount in my book for Doge in the 16s. So that's why I made videos about dips, right? It's like, is now the right time to buy Dogecoin? That's my video this morning, right? Is now the right time to be buying Dogecoin? Yes. In previous video, Dogecoin, Ethereum lead the start of altcoin season. That's right. It's not just ETH, but it's Doge as well. I gave the big picture outlook. Last weekend, I talked about the case for $1 Dogecoin. Before that, Dogecoin claiming new support levels. Before that, Dogecoin primed for next move up. It's all been predicted. This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody who's been watching me, because I've been talking about it here in all these videos, right? It was coming. This was coming. This was expected. So where do we go from here? We'll get into that in just a minute. Hey, Joshua, how are you? Will we have a futures ETF? No, there will not be a Dogecoin futures ETF. No reason to do futures ETFs anymore. The money is in spot ETF. So there was a Bitcoin futures ETF before. That was Grayscale. It got converted to spot in January, and we saw what happened through February and March and most of April was people taking their money out of that futures ETF and putting it into spot ETF. That's where you want to be, is the spot ETF, not the futures. So will we have a Dogecoin spot ETF? That's what we're going to be talking about here. Hurry up. Going to miss the Celtics game. Celtics game is tomorrow, is the next Celtics game, not tonight. There's no... Now, I mean, there's the Minnesota-Dallas basketball game tonight, but that's not till later. So I'll probably check in a little bit on that. Not going to watch the whole thing. Was up a little late watching the Celtics game last night as they pulled it out in overtime. Game one of the Eastern Conference Finals. So, go Celtics. That's good. LFG, 8 Breath says, yep. And Ryan, of course, says best not be missing the live stream. I mean, you can always rewatch it on video, but it's not as fun because in the live stream, you can ask questions, right? Interact and I mean, this is live. Yeah, I look at the comments on the videos. I don't always respond to them. Most of the comments are just, yes, let's go, all of that. But if you ask a question, yeah, I'll give you an answer. Dean says, hey, I think yes, by 2025, we could see an ETF. There won't be an IPO. There's no IPO to happen for Dogecoin. Dogecoin's out there. Dogecoin is in the world as a full decentralized cryptocurrency. And it's just trading. The fairest launch of any cryptocurrency ever. I mean, Billy just finished up the coding and released it out into the world. That was it. That was it. The fairest launch ever for a cryptocurrency. There's no board, there's no company, there's no nothing about Doge. Decentralized. You can buy as much Doge as you want. Buy away. Nobody got airdrops. There's no token unlocks. There's none of that. It's all out there. So that's Doge. Hey, Samuels, I was replacing the gutters on the back of my house listening on Monday. Doge went up and the rains came down. Yeah, there's some nasty weather going around, that's for sure. Good evening, Vigard. Jack, will Doge ever pump? Where were you on Monday? We were pumping on Monday. So now we take a breather. So we go a little sideways, have a little sideways chop here, and then the pump will continue. Dream Tanks. Dogecoin for the win. Yes. Joe, hey, welcome. Doge, king of memes. Dennis, we can expect a significant drop if the ETH ETF is approved. Why? Why should there be a drop? Buy the rumor, sell the news kind of thing. But why? Why would people do that? We already saw a big run, obviously, on Monday in the price. So could it already be priced in? And then tomorrow, if it does get approved, then everything just kind of goes sideways. Maybe we could see that. But I think when the news hits, we'll see a little pump. That's my guess. It's tomorrow, Vigard. Tomorrow is the day, I think, because that's the final deadline for the first ETF. The first ETF applicant. The deadline's tomorrow. And if it's anything like what they did with the Bitcoin ETFs back in January, they're just going to approve all 8 of them, even though some of them don't have their final deadlines till August or later. They're just going to approve them all. They don't want to give any preferential treatment to one over the other. We talked about that back in January with the Bitcoin ones. Played out exactly as I had predicted. If you remember, I had predicted the exact date that those ETFs were going to be approved back in like October of 2023, that it was going to happen exactly on that date in January. And I said the same thing about ETH because it's the first final deadline. And that's May 23rd, which is tomorrow for ETH. So will we see a Doge? Nobody's applied for one yet. That's really what starts the clock ticking. If someone applies for it. You think BlackRock wants a Doge ETF? I don't know. Fondue, did you see the tweets of Astro claiming Dojo being involved in Doge? Yes, solid proof. I don't know. I mean, Elon talked about a Dojo for Doge back in 2021, right? And that was all going to be linked up to like Starlink and Radio Doge and all of that. I don't know. I don't know about that. So, but Astro claims a lot of things that don't really come to be. So, but hey, Astro's a supporter though, so that's all right. You're more interested in the Minnesota-Dallas game. Yeah, I think so too. That's going to be a much better series, I think, than Boston and Indiana. Indiana had their chance last night, and they just messed it up totally. They had the game won, and they just gave it away. Go Celtics. Hey, Jason, what's up? Joe, let's go. Absolutely. Ryan, good afternoon. Heard some craziness that ETH would hit 6,600 after spot ETH approval. Of course, there's no validity to that because anybody can predict anything, right? So there's nothing valid about predictions because it's in the future. You don't know. But at ETH now at 3,700, that would almost be doubling the price. If you look back at ETH's history, the previous all-time high is 4,860. Hit that in November of 2021. That's right there. So, yeah. Sure, why not? 6,000, go for it. I'll love it. I've got a nice bag of ETH. I'm happy with that. And of course, if ETH pumps like that, we'll have other altcoins pumping as well. So, yes, let's go for it. That's a nice weekly candle right there. Here's Doge's weekly. So is Doge going to do something like this and come back into the 20s? I don't know. Still watching. Still watching. On the daily for Doge, again, we had this reverse head and shoulders completely played out. But instead of then immediately taking off, we had a little retrace here on the daily. Little retrace there. But this could just turn around tomorrow and shoot right up. So we'll be looking for that. Warya from Kurdistan, Iraq. Welcome to the show, Warya. Doge is getting popularized in the Middle East. I heard from my Turkish friend. He told me that even in Istanbul, people keep mentioning Doge. Wow. Hey, Doge is worldwide. There's no doubt about it. But greetings. Welcome to the show. It's good to hear from people all around the world. We had our Russian friend last week, and we were talking about crypto exchanges in Russia. Would certainly be interested in hearing from you, Warya Ahmed. What crypto exchange do you use to buy Dogecoin in Iraq? I'm really interested in this, is how people are trading cryptocurrencies around the world. Very interested. Jasmine, Denise, what's happening with Jasmine? We having a pump? Pump. Oh, look at this. Woohoo. Look at that. Jasmy. Nice. I hope it doesn't just completely drop back down. Let's go. 2.2 cents. Keep going up higher. Come on. We'd like that. I haven't heard any news about Jasmy, so don't know why that would be happening. But if you get some whales just buying, that can happen. Most likely, that's about all it was some big whale purchase. Somebody just bought millions of Jasmy, right? Millions of Jasmy, and the price goes up. That's usually what that kind of candle looks like. But again, still early, just happening. We'll see. But yeah, that's a nice 5% boost there in like minutes. Big whale, especially when you have low volume like Jasmy's been trading today. I mean, look at this, really low volume. So yeah, we will be checking in on Jasmy, seeing how that is going. The retired crypto hunter is a retired Coast Guard living in the Philippines. My neighbor talks about Doge and other cryptos from the Philippines. Welcome. Morning time, your time. So having your cup of coffee, having your breakfast. Not bad. Diane's got 1 million Jasmy. Nice. So you are interested definitely in the Jasmy chart, having 1 million bag. Nice, nice. Dennis, you cannot be impatient with Dogecoin. You cannot. I've been waiting a long time for this. So what is the RSI status for Dogecoin? Well, let's take a look. Let's look at RSI. Oh, yeah, it's saying I'm only allowed 2 indicators. So, because I just have the free trading view. So let me turn off this 50 SMA here. And we can turn it back on later. We don't need it right now anyway. So let's go back, RSI. There we go. So RSI, typically I look at the daily. And the daily RSI here is right at about 56. It's right at 50. I know it's hard to see on the screens, but it's right here, 56. So it's neutral, a little above neutral for relative strength index. The trend on it is about 49 or 50. So neutral, RSI, very neutral. So yeah, the RSI is even just waiting. It's just waiting. We haven't seen a good RSI pump here over 70 since the end of March, when Dogecoin came up to 22 cents. So yeah, at 55, 56, it's neutral still. So we'll wait on that, on the RSI. Okay. That's what we've got with that. Doge 1658. Jasmy is kind of a little battle here between buyers and sellers here with the Jasmy after the 5% pump. A little battle going on right now. I'll keep that on for a few minutes. Hey, Bobby, how are you? Work's been crazy. Thanks for continuing to put out the most legitimate Doge news on YouTube. You're welcome. We're having fun, keeping it real here. That's for sure. And when we're talking about Dogecoin ETFs, which we're going to get to in a minute, it's going to be real talk. It's not just going to be all hype. Like, yes, it's definitely going to be confirmed, or Dogecoin ETFs like are confirmed. definitely going to happen, pump Doge to the moon. No, because we don't know anything. But we're going to talk about why would a Dogecoin ETF make sense even, right? Because that's really it, right? I mean, this meme coin, right? Does it even make sense to have it as an ETF? So we'll see. Fire Legend. Yep. Good to be here. And so I do streams and I do videos because different things going on, cover things in the streams that I don't cover in videos because we can expand the conversation in the streams. We can do Q&A, all that stuff. And I thought the Dogecoin ETF thing would be a good thing to talk about here. So let's get caught up on some of the news. If you didn't see my tweet yesterday, and which I then reposted this morning about the Trump campaign. Again, we don't talk politics here, but we do talk about crypto, right, and finance. And Trump campaign to accept crypto donations, including Dogecoin. Yes, so this was my tweet here, was the Donald Trump for President campaign accepts donations in Dogecoin. And on their campaign page, there's the Dogecoin D right there. And then they have this screenshot of their app for donations, and the Doge D is there as well. So Dogecoin acceptance, right? There it is. Dogecoin acceptance. Yes, you can also use Bitcoin or Ethereum or Solana, XRP, Sheeb even, I guess. I don't know why Sheeb's on there, but okay. But Doge, yes, just another thing about Dogecoin adoption, Dogecoin acceptance as a currency. There we go. So Dogecoin rising utility, right? That's what we're talking about. Rising utility for Dogecoin fuels the hope for a spot Doge ETF. And yes, right now it's just hope. And that is the appropriate word because we don't know nothing right now. There's nothing out there. There'll be no applications made, nothing like that. There's been no applications made for any other crypto ETF yet. Yet, he says. So, amidst a flurry of speculative activity in the cryptocurrency market, Dogecoin has once again taken the spotlight, reigniting discussions about the potential approval of a Dogecoin exchange-traded fund. Notably, the recent rally has bolstered optimism among investors and analysts, many pointing to practical use cases and growing adoption of Dogecoin as key factors driving the push for anything, right? I mean, sure, a Doge ETF, it kind of legitimizes Dogecoin, doesn't it? Right now, we don't know who the biggest traders are and biggest whales who manipulate the price sometimes. But we'll get to Andrew Kang in a little bit because we have his tweets exactly. But he is a crypto venture capitalist. He's just not some guy in his mother's basement. He's a real guy, venture capitalist, and he hinted at the possibility of a Doge ETF, citing the increasing likelihood of a spot ETH ETF being approved. With significant political pressure for regulation of crypto, which is happening more and more in the United States now, we're going to see this happen. And all of this being now, under maybe the CFTC, so the SEC gets pushed aside, and Congress basically would say, okay, SEC, why don't you go and stick with stocks, and the CFTC can take care of crypto. Why don't we do that? So that could be coming in the United States. The odds for a Dogecoin ETF look brighter than ever. So this is a crypto VC saying this. The odds for a Dogecoin ETF look brighter than ever. And then we had V on X expressing confidence in Dogecoin. She said, after Bitcoin, possibly Ethereum, venture capitalists expect a Dogecoin ETF to be approved. Although it started as a joke, the currency has been in continuous use for 11 years, has been adopted by a huge number of large and small businesses around the world. That is Dogecoin. And it continues to be adopted more and more and more, as we just saw with the Trump campaign, now accepting donations in Dogecoin. So Matthew Hyland does the reverse head and shoulders, which of course I started with Dogecoin a month ago, was talking about reverse head and shoulders for Doge before everybody else started jumping on the reverse head and shoulders bandwagon. But hey, that's okay. It's all right. They can follow my lead. And then we have Ali Martinez, and we'll look at his posts as well, stating history doesn't always repeat itself, but it often rhymes, and we'll look at those as well. We have information from Into the Block. Large transaction volumes for Doge have surged by 31%. So we're getting more large transaction volumes on Dogecoin. These are the whales accumulating. They know what's coming. They know what's coming. And daily active addresses, these are new wallets. They just expanded by another 5%. So more wallets, bigger transactions. Doge. So we have you today. Dogecoin skyrockets 100% in whale transactions amid Dogecoin ETF rumors. Well, there's no rumor. There's no rumor, right? There's nothing out there. There's no one's even considering it on the institution side right now. This is speculation, is what this is, right? Hope, yes, hope. Potential activity, major investors or whales, data from Into the Block, which then leads to all these rumors, hope, whatever, that Doge could be next in line for its own regulated investment vehicle. Dogecoin appears to have several factors working in its favor for ETF approval. Unlike some other cryptocurrencies, we won't name them right now, but unlike some other cryptocurrencies, Doge is not suspected of being a security. Its futures are already approved by the U.S. Commodity Futures Trading Commission, or CFTC, and it boasts a healthy market capitalization of $24 billion, the eighth largest cryptocurrency. So with that, and growing hype about a bigger potential use, like X payments, let's say, there could be a lot of interest from investors who want to have an exchange traded fund vehicle for buying Dogecoin, as opposed to starting their own account on Coinbase, right, and buying the Dogecoin themselves. They want to just be able to call up their financial advisor at BlackRock or Fidelity and say, get me some of that Doge. And they can do it with their ETF. Interesting. Very interesting. So here's Andrew Kang. With significant political pressure for regulation of crypto to be officially bestowed upon the CFTC, the odds for Doge ETF look brighter than ever. This was his tweet today. Back on March 3rd, now this is from March 3rd, Andrew said, I put odds of eventual Doge ETF at greater than 30%. This was back in March, early March. Anything is possible with recent regulatory developments, Trump winning the presidency, Doge being the most decentralized alt. He said it right there. Doge, the most decentralized alt. Everyone is talking about the ETH ETF trade. No one talking about Doge. Previously in January, and this is when there was that final hype about whether the Bitcoin spot ETF was going to get approved. Andrew said Doge should be up there as one that would be possible. XRP or BCH or Litecoin. No, Doge, biggest market cap coin that never had a private sale and no team, no security argument at all. It's Doge. Which then led Billy, of course, right? I mean, he coded Dogecoin, right? Right? And what does Billy say? Billy says, a Dogecoin ETF would be amusing. That's what Billy says. A Dogecoin ETF would be amusing. And that is just, to him, that would be the funniest thing ever. Right? A meme coin created as a joke to be an exchange-traded fund by the biggest institutions in the world. That would be amusing. Yes, for Billy. Because he doesn't profit from it all, except for whatever Doge he most recently purchased, because he did say he bought some. What does it mean for the rest of us? Can you imagine the price of Dogecoin? If Doge ETF applications were made for someone like Fidelity or BlackRock, could you imagine? It's like Dogecoin. But yeah. Scrappy Shade says, so memes are getting their own ETFs now? This has been the year of the meme so far, hasn't it? I mean, from Pepe to Whiff, Floki back in the top 100. We have Bohm now in the top 100. Bonk is in the top 100. It's like retail buyers like their memes. Sure, why not? Why not? Elon, hold my drink. Now, Elon, he might be a reason why banks and institutions may not be interested in the ETF. Because a lot of them don't like Elon. And they think Elon would profit from Doge in one way or another. Who knows? So that could be an impediment to Doge. But one of those 8 organizations is probably going to make an application once the Ethereum ETF gets rolling. We could see that. Is Dogecoin going to shock the world this bull run? I mean, we've already got Donald Trump accepting Dogecoin for donations, which is pretty crazy just in itself, right? The crypto market has recently turned bullish, causing most coins, including Dogecoin, to experience price increases. Although Doge may have different plans going forward, it is following its historical bullish patterns. And so we look at Ali. So we'll look at Ali's charts again, in case you don't remember. The ongoing price correction is part of its usual behavior before massive bull runs. That's what he said on May 1st, again, when Doge was still in its retrace mode before Monday, when we had this big run. And Ali points to this from 2017, when you could have bought Doge down here at 0.0002, that's 3 zeros, at the beginning of 2017, and it went up over 1,000%. Made it to a penny right there at the end of 2017. Doge reached a penny for the first time in its history right at the end of 2017. But it had a huge pullback in there too. Huge profit taking in Doge. And then, of course, it took over because the whole Bitcoin craze was going on at the time, as Bitcoin traded up to $20,000 there at the end of 2017. So we had that. And then, of course, we had 2021 that we've talked about quite a bit. From the first run, Christmas of 2020, when Doge then hit a penny again, retraced back down, and then had that epic run at the end of January 2021 from under a penny up to 8 cents. And then it like fumbled around in February and March, and then April took off in early May, hit 73 cents. 12,000% increase. 12,000%. What does that mean for Dogecoin now? Well, what do you think? We had the breakout in October of 2023. Right before that breakout, we had bought Dogecoin down here at 5.8 cents. This is the retracement down to May 1st we had from the end of March through the month of April. Wow, that was like a 47% drop. But this is the fractal of what could happen with Doge that Ali has shown before, which would be an immediate run up near $1, a retrace down to 65 cents, a little bit of churn, and then a run up $1, $2, $3, like total FOMO kicking in for Dogecoin. And again, it's patterns. 2017, 2021, and now here we are in 2024 with all of this excitement building for Dogecoin again. All of this excitement building again. Doesn't mean because it's happened in the past, it will happen again. But we've seen how Dogecoin runs before. And right now, the vibes out there are very, very similar. Titan of Crypto says, look at Ethereum. Classic bull flag on the Ethereum chart from the end of February to early May. And that bull flag would lead Ethereum to run up to about 5,300. So not quite the 6,000 that someone else was saying, but Titan of Crypto is saying 5,300 for a price of ETH running up. That looks pretty good. Mags reminds us, again, let's look at Bitcoin. What did Bitcoin do from in the past, right? Big bear market, 2015, 2016, hit some low bottoms, had a beginning run, sideways trading, another nice little run, retracement, partially breakout, some dips, before the end of 2017 epic bull run. He's saying, look at the chart now. From 2021's top, the drop in 2022, the double bottom, that second bottom being that FTX crash when you could have bought Bitcoin at 15,600. Had an early run in 2023, chopped through the summer, where we were buying Bitcoin in our Kriss DCA portfolio for about $26,000. And then we had the run in the fall, followed by a dip. And we are now at that point, similar to where we were back here, right near the end of 2016, before the epic run on the price of Bitcoin. 4-year bull cycle still on track and is exactly where it is supposed to be. Not saying it's going to trade exactly the same, but that's why I'm betting on the 4-year cycles. That's why I was loading up on cryptocurrency last year, of which I'm in the profit on all of my crypto now. Some more than others, like Render and Jasmine. Is this what we're ready for? It's going to be Bitcoin. It's going to be ETH. It's going to be the altcoins. And it's going to be Dogecoin too. So that is what we're waiting for. Jasmine ran up to 2.2 cents, now retracing back to about 2.18. So we will be checking back in on Jasmine. And Doge is coming up, 1670. So we'll see if Doge can make a run back up to 17 cents. We'll be watching that. So let me check in on the chat, see what you guys are talking about. 222. What is going on? Kickdrum asks if I can check out Myro. Myro is not one that I typically look at, because it's just one of those memes, and I'm not interested. Right? What's Myro up to? Market cap $200 million. It's up 17% today. So Myro's having a nice run today. Yeah, big run today. But look at the yearly chart, and it's still below where it was here back in March. But yeah, it looks like it's recovering price-wise. I don't know anything about it. It's built on Solana. Robert Kennedy invests in GameStop. Yeah. He bought I thought I read it on a post, like, well, it's like millions of dollars, right? Like $24 million into the GameStop thing. Okay. Fire Legend says, let's go. Derek says, I think between Elon, Tesla, Axe, Ferrari, Apple, now Trump, Doge has high potential. I don't know what Apple's thing is. I guess they've got some code built into their wallet type system that includes Dogecoin. I think that's what it was, but regardless of whether you're a Trump supporter, you have to realize this is great. Good for his campaign. Fundraiser multiplier, exactly, right? You donate now at 16 cents, right? And then the price goes up over 30 cents. If they hold the Doge, I think it's through like BitPay, and they may just take the cash. And so they're not going to generate the profits on it, but BitPay is. BitPay is. What if it doesn't get approved? Well, CDM, right now, everything is pointing to the ETH ETF getting approved. So I'm still counting on that. Yeah, people are still going to call X Twitter. I do. I call it X Twitter. And I still call them tweets because people understand what that is. They know what that is. It's like a post on X just doesn't sound as good as I made a tweet. So people will still be calling it tweet. Joshua, look up Radio Doge on the Dogecoin Foundation site. They'll talk about it. But the whole idea is that people in countries that in areas of the world that do not have internet access could buy and sell and use Dogecoin through Starlink. That's Radio Doge. That's Radio Doge. Doge makes up over half of the total meme coin market. Don't need to teach an old dog new tricks. Yeah, it's not really half anymore. Used to be, but not anymore. Pepe, Whiff, Bonk, Sheep, I mean, they're all way too big. So Doge is not half. Just give me a 20x. You'll be happy, Joshua? Me too. Me too. So it's expensive for me to transfer my retirement pay from the US to my wife's Philippine bank account each month. So I'm looking forward to the day that Dogecoin becomes a worldwide currency. True. But you could have your wife, might just transfer money into Robinhood or Coinbase, buy the Doge, and then transfer you the Doge, right? That you can do that today. Joe says everything's possible. Doge will be an ETF. Decentralization. And Doge is the most decentralized. Dogecoin will reach $1,000 per coin. It would certainly boost it quite a bit. Well, the rumor would. Would it be another buy the rumor, sell the news thing? Look at Dogecoin, up to 16.8 now, making its run to 17 cents. Look at this. Jasmine to $1. It's at 2 cents now, but sure, Pavlos, I'll take $1. I probably won't have all my Jasmine at $1. I'll probably be taking out some for profit along the way there. What's up, Bull Run? How are you? You'll retire if Jasmine hits $1? I would too. That $1 million would be nice, wouldn't it? Isn't it crazy that he's accepting Sheeb also? I think so too. How Sheeb got on there. What would be interesting, what would be the most interesting, is to see if they released any of the data of cryptocurrency received as donations. How much in each bucket he actually received. Of course, we're never going to get that, but that would be the interesting data, right? Jasmine and Doge to $1, sure. Sheep to a penny, that's a bit much. Spell to $1, sure. God, Spell token. I haven't looked at that chart in a while. I hold it. I just don't even look at the chart. Right. Dogecoin can do insane numbers because people who are not even in crypto know about it. And that is the power of Dogecoin. There are some saying that the Ethereum ETF isn't going to have anywhere near the impact of Bitcoin ETF because people outside of crypto just don't know what Ethereum is. Ethereum is not out there. You probably have some people on the investment side that know what ETH is, but the rest of it is all within our crypto sphere. No one knows what Ethereum is. People know what Doge is, though. Most of them laugh at it, but they won't be laughing if we're making a lot of money off it. You've got big bags of spell too? Yep. So do I. I got a big chunk of spell. You've had Doge for 3 years? Me too. Over 3 years now. Ryan, bags are packed, ready? Is Doge real money? Well, don't ask the United States that question because they'll say, oh, only Congress can determine what's currency, right? But it's a commodity and you can trade it, right? It has value, it has worth. Right now it's worth 16.8 cents, right? It's worth 16.8 cents a Doge. So it has value, but it's not considered money in that sense. But it's a commodity and you can buy things with it. You can buy things with commodity. You can trade. It'll be interesting how this all gets played out in the coming years. But it won't be seen in the United States as legal currency like Bitcoin is in El Salvador, right? Bitcoin is seen as currency. The El Salvadoran government deemed it that. If Doge gets implemented onto X payments and is being used on X, wow, who knows where that's going to go? Right now, the analysts are comparing Bitcoin's price action closer to 2017 than 2021 because it's mirroring that. It's a much closer mirror of the 2017 bull run rather than the 2021. That's why there's more comparisons to that one. The House passed the crypto bill. That's the next crypto bill, right? There was already another crypto bill that was already passed. And now there's another one. So yeah, it'll be interesting if they all get approved. Foo-foo. If Dogecoin doesn't go up, your wife is going to chase you with a machete. Yeah, because you put your hard-earned money right into Doge. So yeah, say Doge is going to go up. Yeah, she might not be happy if it doesn't. Exactly. Well, let's just hope that doesn't happen, okay? Yeah, Pepe's been crazy. Absolutely. New all-time highs. Here's the crypto bubbles. Jasmy's just got big. WIF, after a big retrace, WIF is coming back. And look at Pepe, still up 7%. What's Pepe's price now? 13.7. So still a little retracement from its all-time high yesterday, but still degrading. Even Gala is coming back a bit after that huge red candle down because of the hack. And here's Doge, just hanging out, a little bit in the green for Doge. But yeah, Bonk, Jasmy, WIF. Nice. Hey, Nate, how are you? Thanks for the super chat. Appreciate it, sir. Do you think Doge's inflation will impede the pump? There will be some who will look at that, still think of Dogecoin with, 10,000 Doge coming out every minute, right? and look at that and say, well, that's dumb. That's not going to help its price. But if you know that's what the case is, and you see worldwide adoption for Doge, that 10,000 Doge that comes out is going to be nothing compared to its use worldwide. I mean, especially if X payments. Yeah, I think Doge only needs to get up to 69 cents to be its new all-time high in market cap. I think it's like 69 for market cap, because there's more Doge now than there was back in 2021. I'll have to do the math on that just to be sure, but I think it's something like that. That would be funny if it was like 69. Good day for crypto. Excretion. Right. Low roller. I can see another Pepe in meme coin. If you buy Pepe at 200 million market cap, you've already 20x your money. Pepe could just keep going, that's for sure. I mean, that's what happened with Sheeb, right? Sheeb just kept going. It wouldn't stop. And we could see that with Pepe. Yeah, you know what wasn't on that list of acceptable cryptocurrencies? MAGA. There wasn't MAGA. Doesn't accept it. Bull run, thank you. Pepe doing great. Yeah, I gave you a big thumbs up on that, on your bag. Those are mighty tasty profits there, aren't they? Feels good. Who will win? Boston did not lose. Boston was losing with 8 seconds to go. And Indiana threw the ball away. Boston took it over on the turnover, had out of bounds play, passed it into Jaylen Brown. They didn't foul him before he got the shot off. Boston was down by 3, hits the 3-pointer, ties the game, goes into overtime, and then Jason Tatum just takes over in overtime. Game over. Boston should have lost last night. Indiana had the game. They had it won. And they gave it away. That's the difference between a team that has playoff experience and a team that doesn't. That's what that is. And that's why, well, I mean, Dallas really doesn't have high-end playoff experience either. So between both Dallas and Minnesota, they're both pretty young teams, except for Kyrie on Dallas. So it should be a good matchup. I don't know, where are they playing tonight? Are they starting in Minnesota? I think Minnesota had the better record, so I'd go with Minnesota game 1. Yeah, 2021 had that double top for Bitcoin because of the combination of 3 things that happened in May of 2021. We had China outlawing mining Bitcoin. That hit Bitcoin. At the same time, Doge was getting shorted. Doge had already just hit its all-time high. So Doge is going down. And then Tesla stopped accepting Bitcoin as payment for cars. So there was a triple whammy, took the whole crypto market and dumped it. Eventually in November, Bitcoin and other cryptos did hit eventual new all-time highs. Dogecoin didn't, but many others did. So, yeah. So that's what happened. So I think 2021 was a bit different. 2017 is probably more accurate. Hope next year, watching your videos from the 56th floor of the Burj Khalifa. Jasmine at $1, drinking champagne. That'd be nice. That'd be nice. Put my rent money on a 10x long Doge. Wish my landlord luck. Put my rent money on a 10x long with Doge. I do not recommend that, but good luck. Yeah, Kyrie's got a lot of playoff experience. I think he's going to be good. And Luka just can hit a shot from anywhere. Luka's been a Boston Celtics killer before in previous games. We'll see. China outlawing Bitcoin 3 separate times. Yeah, this was the big ban on the mining, though, where all of a sudden, like all these computers were getting shipped out of the country. It was a big one. Yeah, well, FTX wasn't until 2022. So 2021, FTX was still flying high. And then we had the 2022 Super Bowl. That was called the Crypto Bowl with all those commercials. And that's where Tom Brady and all those others were shilling FTX, right? Getting paid big dollars, which were really your dollars if you were trading on FTX because they were spending your money. Turns out. How high does Doge go this year? Interpret asks. Is Dogecoin going to be accepted on X payments? Will there be a Dogecoin ETF? It's all related to those things. Dogecoin by itself, if it just trades along with Bitcoin, will follow Bitcoin relatively in terms of percentage gains through the year. But if one of those things happens with Doge and has its own catalyst, Dogecoin will blow Bitcoin out of the water. That's what I'm waiting for, is that. This is your landlord here. I also have the house on Doge. 2017, China banned crypto also. Long time ago. But yeah, they did it again in 2021. I think there were more people into crypto in 2021, and it took Bitcoin down quite a bit. So here's the Bitcoin chart on the weekly. We can go back to 2021 here, and this was the drop. I mean, this is right in the middle of a bull market. We have this drop in Bitcoin. It went from essentially 64,000 all the way down to 34,000. Over 50% drop in the price of Bitcoin in the span of about a month in the middle of a bull market. That was big. That was big. Because all the analysts back then, they were all talking about, yeah, Bitcoin's going to hit 100K. They were convinced Bitcoin was going to hit 100K. And then this happened. Now, Bitcoin then traded up all the way to 69K. But if you take that plot right there and you put it on top of where it was before the big 50% dip, that's where you have a $100,000 Bitcoin that Bitcoin could have hit in that last bull run. Didn't happen. Dogecoin looks really good on the weekly. This is pretty healthy here. Red, green, red, green, green. Let's go. What does Jasmine look like on the weekly? Never looked at the Jasmine chart on the weekly. Wow, that's a pretty clean, that is really a good chart there. I mean, look at this. Look at this pattern here. Up. And then shoop. That looks pretty good. Jasmine on the weekly. And of course, we can look at Pepe on the weekly and just look at that giant green candle. There you go, Bull Run, right? There it is. Look at that. Look at how many weeks in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks in a row of green candles. Wow. That is a big run. What is the percentage of that run there in 6 weeks? 200%. That's a 200% run right there. In 6 weeks for Pepe. Wow. Are you ready to take profits yet, Bull Run? On your Pepe? You ready to take profits yet up here? You know, just a slice. Not all of it. Just take a slice. Because you bought down here. I mean, you're way up. Pepe paints its own green candles. Yeah. That's a beautiful chart. That's what Jasmine's chart is going to look like here in a couple of weeks, I think. It's going to look like that. Don't discount that Jasmine. I don't think Dogecoin is going to make 17 cents tonight, guys. You don't think we're going to see Bitcoin below 60K ever again? Yeah, that last dip to 57.6 or so, that would have been it. That would have been it. You can see another GameStop huge pump later this year. Roaring Kitty. I don't think Roaring Kitty's coming back. And I don't think this was Roaring Kitty last week either. This was someone else who bought the account. I'm pretty certain of that. They probably had call options on GameStop stock and just made millions of dollars. Low Roller says, Bull Run, take like 10%. 10%. Just book the profit, 10%, all-time high. Bull Run's going to be like, nope. Yep, didn't sell Pepe yet. Didn't sell one yet. Man. Look at the daily chart on Pepe. And it's just like, God. Didn't sell one yet. 14 would have been the number right there. 14 would have been the number. We could see a red candle come down. Big profit taking. That would be what I would guess based on this chart. This is going to drop back down below 12, maybe even 11. That'd be my guess. At least set a stop loss. Bull Run waiting. Pepe reach $1. That's a lot of zeros. That is a lot of zeros. Well, thank you, Bull Run. We're having fun. We're having fun. Thanks for the super sticker. Appreciate it. Good times in a bull market, that's for sure. A year ago, we weren't talking like this. A year ago, things were looking pretty bad. I remember. Where was Doge 1 year ago today? Let's see. Let's go to the weekly. And let's go back in time to May of 2024. Yeah, May 22nd, right there. Dogecoin was 7.2 cents. 7.2 cents was Dogecoin 1 year ago today. So not bad. But you look at Pepe. Whew, where was Pepe? Pepe had just been created, had just had the initial spike, and then had come back down. So Pepe was here at that red line there, which was at 0.15. So since then, Pepe has gone up 780%. There you go. There you go for Pepe. Yeah, Gene, we were looking at Jasmine. We were looking at Jasmine. This is my quick little sketch here of what Jasmine can do here. This setup here is just a typical run. You make that initial big run up, you have profit taking and sell off, you recover, and then you get your second leg up. That's what Pepe just had. This is now happening on Jasmine. That's what this looks like. But we'll see. A year ago is sweet buying. Saturday night anniversary for Doge. I don't know what you mean, low roller. What kind of anniversary? Today's the Bitcoin pizza anniversary. If you guys didn't see that, Laszlo Hershaz, the first known use of a cryptocurrency to buy something, and it was 10,000 Bitcoins for 2 pizzas. 10,000 Bitcoins. Elon? No, that was May 8th. That anniversary happened a couple weeks ago. Yeah, that was a couple weeks ago. That was May 8th. And Doge had hit its all-time high on May 7th, the day before. But yeah, that Jasmine chart, that looks primed for following what Pepe did with this. Because this is the same chart right here. This is it. Right? You compare that with Jasmine, and Jasmine's just getting started, which Pepe just did. That's sweet. We'll look for that. Meanwhile, I was looking for, go to the Doge 4-hour chart. I was looking for this breakout from the reverse head and shoulders for Doge to take off here, which it still could. It's just waiting. It's just waiting. But it's not dropping back down. Like, you're not going to see 14-cent Doge again unless something, crazy happens in the world and drops the whole crypto market. But Doge by itself is not going to be back down 14 cents. Could it drop below 16 and maybe hit 15.9 again? Could be. We could see that. But if tomorrow is bullish with an ETH ETF, because everything's kind of in the red today, slightly in the red, nothing dropping huge, but most everything is kind of in the red today, going sideways. That could be a springboard for tomorrow to be some big green candles up. That's what I'm watching for. Big green candles. Which we had right here on Monday when we were live. This was happening, 5 hours of live stream right there, where we started and Doge was at 15.3, and by the end of the stream, it was at 16 6. That was a pretty good run right there. All live. We were watching that. With Dogecoin, Armando, I just answered a question just a little bit on that. Again, it depends on what the catalysts are. Is there going to be Doge on X payments? Is there going to be Doge acceptance for buying a Tesla car? Are one of these big institutions going to apply for a spot Dogecoin ETF? That's bullish. So Doge needs something like that. Doge won't run to $1 without something utility-wise causing it this time. It won't run to $1 all on hype. If it was going to make $1 all on hype, it would have done that in 2021, and it didn't. So that's what I think. I think it needs that real utility, like this article was saying. Dogecoin's rising utility fuels hope for spot Doge ETF, because that's really what it is. That gives Dogecoin its long-term viability and a rise in price that will stay up and won't come crashing way back down. Bull run. And that Pepe is so grateful. Yep. You hit it right on that Pepe. And I remember you telling me about Pepe too last fall. And I was like, nope. Well, it wasn't on Coinbase and you couldn't get on Robinhood. I could have gotten on crypto.com. But I didn't. So that's my loss. But I feel I'm in the green on every crypto that I own right now. So I'm sitting pretty good. I mean, I didn't get an 800% return like Pepe did. Except my Render and Jasmy are getting close to that. They're like 400, 500. So those are pretty good. We'll see. The bull run, this bull market has a ways to go. And we'll see what happens with these memes. SHIB will probably go on a big run. Will people be rotating out of Pepe into something like SHIB or Doge? We could see something like that happening. A lot of profit taking on Pepe since it hit an all-time high. So that has yet to play out. If I bought back then, I'd already been a multimillionaire. I probably wouldn't have bought that much, though. I would not have put that much into Pepe. Not like I've gotten Doge, no. I wouldn't have taken that much of a risk. It would have been a small amount I would have put in. So, yeah, Dennis. I mean, Pepe is just, what is it, like number 20 now or 21 in market cap? I mean, it's just exploded. No, number 21. Right below ICP. Pepe. Yep, it could keep moving up. Pepe could do that. I'm happy Doge is back up in 8th. Toncoin dropped down. I didn't like that Toncoin being above Doge. And now Doge has its sights set on XRP. Move up to number 7. I'm not selling my bonk. Because then I'm rotating out of something that has yet to see its really big run in this bull market. Because I think this fall, Solana is going to do something with Bonk. And that Bonk is going to go crazy. It's going to do a Pepe. So no, I'm not going to rotate out of my Bonk. I have a habit of buying into things a little early or doing my rotations too early, like I did with Solana into Cardano. I think that was too, I mean, I know that was too early. But yeah, and Bonk is a monster. I mean, Bonk has been doing great too. I didn't buy it as low as last summer, a year ago, when you could have got Bonk really, really cheap. But I got it at a pretty good price once it started trading on Coinbase. Because again, it wasn't on the exchanges I use. So Bonk isn't going anywhere. Okay, well, we'll see, bull run. We'll see. I'm happy for any crypto to go up. I want everybody to get rich, right? So it's not one crypto versus another. I want them all to go up and for all of us to be rich and wealthy. That's what I want to see. Everything up. Get all these new people coming into crypto, just buying, and just everything go up. That's what I'd like to see. Let's all get rich. And of course, use our cryptocurrency as utility, right? Use it. But be rich at the same time. You can have both. You can have both. All right. Well, that's it for today. We've got, again, Dogecoin is going to chop here in the upper 16s. Don't see it dipping down to 16 cents yet, but we could see that overnight. If we see a retracement in like Bitcoin, we could see Doge come down here and maybe do a dip to 15.99 or something like that. We've seen that before with these different marks. You'll see a wick down. So you can have a limit order set, on some Doge. If it hits, I may do that tonight. Set a limit order, 15.99. Wicks down, picks it up, comes back up, golden. Something like that. Will there be a Bitcoin spot ETF? It kind of makes sense, though. Proof of work cryptocurrency, fully decentralized. There's no team. There's no airdrops. There was no any of that. And it's a top 10 cryptocurrency. So huge market cap, huge volume of buying, trading. So makes sense to me. So everybody, if you haven't already subscribe to the channel. Got another video coming out tomorrow, and we'll be live again Friday at 5 o'clock. So look for that, and hope everyone has a good evening, and we'll see you next time.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't Elon tweet that too?
And arguably, the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.